Hello everybody. The reason I'm making this video is because I couldn't find any information about this bike from anybody on YouTube or on the internet. It seems like it was kind of a ghost town when it comes to this particular bike. So I just wanted to give you a walkthrough and show you a couple of things that it has. So this is the Aspect 940 from Scott. It's the orange and dark gray color. I bought it on my local Shields about a couple weeks ago to basically replace this a Walmart bike I was using, and I just wanted to get something a little bit better, so I went for this Scott thing. I never heard of that brand before. It sounds like they're kind of big in Europe, but like, I don't know, they seem to be newer in the States here. So I wasn't sure if it was a good bike or not, but after doing a little bit of research, it seems like it's a pretty legit brand. So let me start with the color. The color is definitely kind of a smooth orange, and it's hard to describe, but when I saw it in the store at first, I didn't like it at all. And I think it was the store lights or something, but I would say if you're looking at this bike in the store, you should maybe see if they can let you like take it outside or something, because it definitely looks way better outside. And it's a little windy here where I'm at, so sorry if you can't hear me very well. But anyway, I'm actually really loving this orange color now that I've used it for a little while, and like I said, outside it just looks super awesome. It looks really cool. So yeah, and then the frame is an alloy frame. They call it the Alloy 6061, and it has internal cable routing, as you can see, which is super nice. It's very, very handy. And then the fork, it's a Suntour XCR32, and it has 100 millimeters of travel. I'm not a big hardcore mountain biker, but this does the job for me. Like I said, I was driving this thing, now I'm driving this thing. This is like way better. It has a remote lockout, which is one of the really nice features of this bike. So you can lock out the fork, and that's probably one of the things that I really enjoyed when I was looking at this bike at this price range. That's just, if you commute to work, that's a big difference. Makes a huge difference when you're pedaling with that lockout on the road. And then moving on here, I'm just gonna go from front to back here. So you have hydraulic disc brakes, and the brakes are Shimano BR-MT 200. I don't really know if that means anything to anybody. If you're a bike snob, maybe it does to you. And the rotor is an SMRT 10 rotor. What I know is that they stop really fast, and they work way better than my V brakes I was using on this crappy Mongoose. So yeah, really good brakes. The levers, from what I can tell, are Shimano BL-MT 200 brake levers, and they work. They're really good brake levers. I gotta adjust them a little bit here with my handlebars, but yeah, anyway, moving on. So this the gear levers are Altis, Shimano Altis brand, and you know, they're not the highest end, but if you were driving something like my Mongoose here and you go to this, you'll notice a big difference. The handlebar is actually a Syncross 3.0, and it's 700 millimeters, 720 millimeters, and it's just the black. It looks really nice. It's nice and clean, and it has 12 millimeter rise and 31.8 millimeters thickness. And then the stem is also a Syncross 3.0, and yeah, this is your pretty standard, pretty entry level stem here. I'm waiting for my light so I can get rid of this reflector here. I want to take that off. And yeah, and the grips are pretty standard Syncross grips. They're not lock-on grips, so that's something that you might want to replace at some point if you care about that. I find it fairly comfortable, but I probably will replace them at some point. Alright, moving along. We have the saddle. The saddle just Syncross, and it's pretty plain again, but I've found it super comfortable. I'm not sore after riding it. I've ridden it, you know, for 10-12 miles straight, and next day I'm feeling great. So it's working for me, so I'm not planning on replacing it anytime soon. And then the seat post is a Syncross 3.0 again, 31.6 millimeters and 350 millimeters, and it's just a standard seat post. Nothing fancy there. Alright, let's get to some fun parts here. Let me put down my computer that I'm using to cheat here to see the part names, because I don't remember all of these things. So yeah, like I said, Shimano Altus shifters, so they're not super high-end, but what I think that's really interesting about this bike is that Scott went for a combo here for the chain set here. So you get the Shimano, and if you look over here, you'll see Altus. So you got Altus front derailleur from Shimano here. So it's a 2x9 chain set, and I find it that it's super comfortable. I almost use it as a 1x with just the higher gear, so I have 9 speeds, and I very rarely go down to the lower front speed, just because I feel like it's just not that necessary. And then you have Shimano Cranks, which I can give you the model number here in a little bit. And these are pretty standard pedals. I believe they're Viper brand, but you know, they're just your pretty simple pedals with the reflectors on, nylon. So you'll probably want to replace those. I find that they're not super grippy, at least not with the shoes I'm used to biking with. So I'm probably gonna get something a little bit better as far as pedals go. Anyway, the interesting thing too is that in the back here you have an actual deodorant. I'm not sure how to say that word at all. I just know it's a little bit better level of part than the Altus, and yeah, you get a rear derailleur of that level, which is really cool. I think it's especially nice because it's not just a whole Altus set. You get a little bit better rear derailleur with this Scott Aspect 940. I still have my dork disc on. I probably leave it on for now. I just don't really feel like taking this whole thing apart to take it off. I can be a dork, that's fine. And then what was the other thing? The cassette. Let me find the information about the cassette. Put this back so I can look at my cheat sheet here. So the cassette is a Shimano CS HG 200, and it's a 9-speed cassette. And then the crankset is a Shimano FC M2 210. It's a 36x22. So yeah, I find it really good. Like I said, I was driving this, so if you're going from something like this from Walmart to this, you're definitely going to notice a big difference. And then the BB set is a Shimano BB MT 500. Like I said, if you want to look that up and you care about it, you can. And then I really like these tires. They're the 29-inch Kenda booster tires, and I believe they're tubeless ready too. So if you want to go tubeless, you can do so right away. This is a small frame actually. I'm 5'6", and I have pretty short legs and kind of longer arms. So I'm using the small frame, but I find that, yeah, 29-inch wheels is the way to go for me. They're super nice. And yeah, quick release tires, as you can see. And yeah, like I said, I'm really loving this bike. Let me see if I miss anything here that I wanted to talk about here. No, I think, the wheel is a Syncross 3.0 wheel. So yeah, it's kind of a matching Syncross set with the handlebars, the seat post, the wheels, and then the Suntour fork, and then Altus shifters, an Altus front derailleur, and then you have that Derailleur, again I don't know how to say it, back derailleur. So I think it's a great combo. I paid $699 for this bike, and yeah, so far it's worth the price. Like I said, at this price point, it was the only bike I could find with that remote lockout for the fork, which I think it's really cool. So I can, commute with this bike. It's only a couple miles to my office, but I lock that thing up and I can go so much better when I'm on the road. And as you can see, it's a little dirty already. I took it to some trails and it did great. So yeah, I think that's all I got as far as information on this bike. Like I said, the color is awesome. If you can take it out of the store so it's not under the store lights, they just look so much better. And yeah, it weighs about 31 pounds, which is way lighter than my Mongoose next to it, which is funny because that one's a smaller bike and it's way heavier. So yeah, I just wanted to put this video out there so that people know what to expect with this bike. All the videos I could find were in like Asian languages or Russian or Portuguese, it seems like. So I'm gonna do one of these videos in Spanish just because, yeah, maybe you speak Spanish. But yeah, this is my Scott Aspect 940 in the orange and dark gray color. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy. And yeah, I'm not a bike expert, but so far I would totally recommend this bike. Alright, see you later.